Hello and welcome to One North Main BCA's magazine show, where we highlight the people, places, and events that make this city, our city, great. We have a special episode today. Our focus will be the Stonehill Service Corps. It's a unique program involving Christ the King Parish, Stonehill College, and Trinity Catholic Academy. The key piece to the puzzle is the community house and the people that live in it. They're Stonehill service members that have dedicated 1 year of service to give back to people in Brockton. We'll look back on the community house blessing held in early October. We'll also meet Leo Vercalone, who gives us a tour inside the community house. And then finally, we'll meet the Service Corps members, all 2014 graduates of Stonehill College. So sit back and relax and see what your community, the City of Champions, has to offer.
This is the day the Lord has made. Let us be glad and rejoice in it. I'm Father Jim Lease. I have the great pleasure of serving on the Board of Trustees at Trinity Catholic Academy, and I'm honored to be the MC today for this brief program. We begin by welcoming all of you. A special word of welcome to Leo and Joanne Vercalone and all of your family, your extended family, and the Verc Enterprises colleagues that are here. We would not be here today to celebrate this great event without the Vercalones. We welcome too Bishop John Doerr, the regional bishop for the South Region of the Archdiocese of Boston. We welcome Senator Tom Kennedy, who will be here shortly. Our mayor, Bill Carpenter, is here, and we're grateful for his presence. And the pastor of the tri-parishes, Father Joe Rake, and his two assistants, Father Carlos Suarez and Father Garcia Renaville. We want to welcome too, you'll see this motley crew in the rain. Those are our Stonehill Service Corps members who have the great fortune of living in this house.
Jim is the Vice President for Mission at Stonehill, a member of the board at TCA, and he's worked tirelessly to promote this Brockton site at the Stonehill Service Corps. The second person is Chris Silva. Chris is the director of the Stonehill Service Corps, which is both an international and domestic program. And it is her dedication and her efforts that have engaged many young Stonehill graduates in service to those in need. And I'd like the Stonehill Service Corps, if they would just introduce themselves and say where they're working.
Hi, I'm Emily Dumont, and I teach math and religion to wonderful students like these at Trinity Catholic Academy.
Hi, I'm Devin Ingersoll, and I'm the Farm Outreach Coordinator at the farm at Stonehill.
Hi, I'm Amy Rosa. I'm the Director of Marketing and Communications at Community Connections of Brockton, the Family Center.
Hi, I'm Lauren Moore, and I'm a Development Specialist at the House of Possibilities. Hello, I'm Christina Scanlon. I'm also a teacher at Trinity Catholic Academy, and I teach 5th grade technology and 7th grade religion.
Hi, I'm Sean Borger, and I am a youth advocate at the Old Colony YMCA.
Hi, my name is Lucas Bradley. I work for Brockton Interfaith Community as the communications coordinator.
Good afternoon, my name is Dan Gardner, and I'm working as the development coordinator at School on Wheels in Massachusetts.
Hello everyone, my name
name is Lisa Edwards, and I am a direct service staff member at My Brother's Keeper.
We have much to celebrate today, and we're blessed to be celebrating it with the Vercoloni family, the Trinity Catholic community, the Stonehill community, and the Brockton community, with all of you.
It really is a great day for the city, and I'm here on behalf of the city to say thank you. And it's a great day for the church and for the school and for Stonehill College, but it's also a great day for the city of Brockton and our community here within the city, and particularly First Father Denning. I want to thank you for the great work of the Stonehill Service Corps, and to thank these 9 outstanding young people for their service to our community. As you heard, it's not just teaching here in the church, but they're volunteering the year of service to half a dozen different great nonprofit organizations that are doing great work within our city and helping to improve the quality of the life of the people who live here. So I just want to personally thank all of you for your year of service. Thank you.
Friends, this day has come. After some fits and starts, it's Leo Vercoloni's largesse and his generosity that had him step up to purchase and remodel this magnificent house. It has me wanting to join the Stonehill Service Corps. The house is so lovely, and we're so grateful for its use. Leo, we simply can't thank you enough for opening the doors, quite literally, to this magnificent.
What a wonderful day, huh? You know, I was talking to the bishop earlier, and he said, you know, we will all remember this day because of the pouring rain. So that's great. Did anybody remember what this house looked like 6 months ago? Yeah, it was in tough shape. So I just want to thank a few people. The first group I want to thank is New Height Builders, who did all the renovations here, and they're here with us tonight. Mark, Nick, and Todd, can you just wave just so everyone knows? Right here in Brockton. You know, it doesn't happen very often, and believe me, in business I know this. It doesn't happen very often that you're given an estimate and they keep to it. And they did, so I appreciate that. And how about the work that Joan Vercoloni Barry did, who with a very limited minor budget came up and kept the wonderful character of this house. The wonderful thing about this property is that it was built in the early 1900s, and the residents have been the parish priests, and at one time they housed about 3 or 4 nuns. So the condition of the property has been very well maintained. This woodwork, which is wonderful, pretty much we just painted it or stained it or maintained it, but we just try to keep as much of it as possible because it's just such great quality from the early 1900s. Moving in further, this is the dining room, and again, we have a nice fireplace. We do have 2 fireplaces in the property. We don't really want to try to use them because I don't know when the last time they were used, so we kind of use them for decorative purposes. But hopefully you like the dark blue we picked. My sister, Joan Vercoloni Barry, is an interior designer, and she kind of helped us with the colors and the paint. Because this is supposed to be a simple living style for the Stonehill Service Project. We wanted to pretty much just kind of maintain what we had. So again, the woodwork was all here, the fireplace was here. We just kind of touched it up and stained it, and as you can see, there's it's wonderful wooden floors, and that you just don't see a lot these days. At one time, because it's a 3-floor home, they would have to communicate through this speaker system It doesn't operate anymore, but it's interesting how they used to talk. I guess if parishioners would come in and they wanted to talk to their priest, they had a housekeeper on the first floor, and they would call up to them to come down and visit. Entering in here, we've made this a reading room in honor of my mother and father, and I've called this the Mickey and Jean reading room in memory of my parents. So it was really a nice opportunity to put an area in this home where if they have visitors and they want some quiet time, or they have a book they want to read, they can just come in here and sit down and shut the door and reflect and meditate on what they want. So just a little touch that we wanted to add to the character of the home. And these couches that we brought in, I stole them from my daughter. My daughter moved home from her apartment, and they've been in my garage, but they really kind of fit this Victorian lifestyle. So, Tyler, if you're watching this show, you may get these couches back, but I can't guarantee it. I've been on the board of Trinity Catholic Academy now for about 3 or 4 years, and I got involved because it was quite a thing when you see that an inner city property like Brockton and this wonderful school that they built, and to support, to continue with Catholic education with the values and that Catholic education brings to the table. I had an opportunity to join, I did, and once I went in and visited the school and met the students and interacted with the teachers and saw how they were structured, I was just won over. So it's you know, my office is in Duxbury in the Plymouth area, and we do have stores. I'm in the gasoline convenience store car wash business, and I have stores in Raynham and Randolph and around the Brockton area. So I've always been around here, and just thrilled that myself and my company too. My company is really thrilled that we could get involved with this type of a project. You know, that we could, you know, help affect people's lives and help people grow. So I think the friendships that these graduate students will make over the next 12 months with the children at Trinity Catholic Academy will be lifetime. Lifetime relationships. So can't get any better than that.
So I've heard simple living, simple lifestyle. Who can tell me what that is?
Basically we just try to live within our means. So we get like a small stipend for food and any expenses for the month, and we like have to live within that. And we also do every week we do a new simple living challenge. So this week we have cut out all processed food except for the pasta, which is processed. And that's the softest one we can. And last week, what was that? It's inappropriate for the dinner table, I guess. We didn't flush the toilet as often as necessary.
We did as often as necessary.
Yes,
not as often as you normally might.
As often as most people consider being.
We timed our showers. Yeah, we timed our showers. We put a bucket underneath the shower head to catch the water.
Water was like water.
Oh, we didn't use the dryer. Yeah, we didn't use the dryer.
Did you air dry out?
Yeah. A lot of us brought drying racks with us.
Oh, racks, okay. All right.
That's another way to
Who creates the challenge? Do you all discuss that? Come up with a challenge?
We decided on our community night, which we have once a week.
which is Wednesdays.
Which is usually Wednesdays. That's
This is-
community night.
Oh, okay, all right.
Welcome.
Yeah. So Father, this is just tremendous, this whole,
Isn't it amazing?
it really is. It was, when we went to the event, the blessing, we came back immediately after and we sat down as a group, team, and said, we have to do our best to follow up on this,
And
so.
we're grateful. Now, Jay, how did you find your way to it in the first place? I mean, how did you even know about the event?
Actually, Lindsay and Jane from
Yeah?
Trinity Catholic,
Yeah.
we did a press release, and then we followed up with, we talked to the mayor's office a lot, and they said, yeah, it seems like it's gonna be a big event. They said it'll be outdoors, and so when it was pouring rain, we're like, okay, all right, it'll be outdoors, but there'll be a tent, and we do tent events.
We do every event.
We
Doesn't
do,
matter.
we do a lot, yeah. I probably about 20 tent events, and on good days, you get maybe half the crowd that you folks did that day.
Wow.
Yeah. How does this, so how do you get selected? You are service members, and how did you get selected to live in this house? So how did that?
Wonderful director, Chris.
Oh, Chris.
And Father Jeff.
We pull names out of a hat.
So like,
Chris actually has a lot to do with that. She sort of oversees the whole program, the coordination, the recruitment, the interviewing, though many of us participate in it. Chris does all the scheduling, things like that. So maybe you want to say a little bit about that.
So, so in the second year of the program, as I think you know, but, you know,
In our
basically.
first year, Brock.
First year living here in Brockton. Last year, they were across the street from Stonehill.
oh, where at?
Right by the farm, there's a farmhouse there.
Yeah.
And, so when this arrangement didn't work out last year, thankfully, Stonehill, I was joking that Stonehill had an extra house lying around.
Yeah.
Thankfully, at the last moment, literally just several weeks before the program was starting, we were able to get them in there, which was nice for the first year. I mean, at least they were able to go through the program and help the partners, but we really want to be in Brockton, that's the point of it. So, you know, it's basically promoting it around campus, advertising it, seeing who's interested in doing service at all, a year of service, and then figuring out if what this program has to offer seems like a good fit. We had a lot of community partners, more placement opportunities than we even had rooms in the house to fill. So even just in the second year, we had a lot of community partners coming forward wanting to be part of it, which was really nice. And you know, I mean, they can tell you what attracts them to the program. And I think obviously the core tenets of this simple living, this living together in community, with, you know, full-time service. But then there's that element of the actual placement. You know, and what that placement is and how enticing that is to them too, in their, you know, what they want to do right now and maybe down the road. So it's really nice for us to have an offering of different placement opportunities to put out there to our seniors to see what they want to do. And then when we interview them, Father Jim, myself, and someone from campus ministry, we're looking for people who understand what this is about. So when I talk about the placements, we really don't talk about that too much. During our interviews, we talk about the tenets of the program. You know, this community life, this simple living, this commitment to service. We talk a little bit about why you like this placement, but we're not about really matching them to the placement so much in that first interview. It's, you know, this is the most important thing. And then they do get to preference their placement site. We let them choose their top 3. And then if we think they're a good fit for the program, then we'll put them forward to interview with the site supervisor. And ultimately, the site supervisor has the final say. You know, it has to be a good fit for them.
I'd like to hear from you guys, what, you know, any number of you, but what did prompt your investigation of the program or your visit?
Well, I can talk a little bit about that. I knew I wanted to do service after doing Hope Trips, which is Stonehill's service, like week-long service program. And I hadn't really thought about the Stonehill program at all. I had applied to a couple other places, and then I saw that there was a teaching opportunity with the Stonehill program, and teaching had always been something that I had wanted to do since I was young, but then I didn't end up majoring in education, and I had
done observations in classrooms and things like that before, but it's hard. I mean, I couldn't really tell if I really wanted to teach until I was actually in the classroom. So when I had the opportunity to be a full-time, like actual classroom teacher, like that was the perfect opportunity. And it's a 1-year commitment, so if I don't like it, it's not something that I'm stuck with, but it's a great opportunity to try it out. And I already knew I wanted to do service. I really liked the aspect of community living, so I started looking into this. I think I only looked into it like a week before the application deadline was done, but by the time I had my interview, like that was my top choice program. So.
I think for me, I wanted to, we lived next to Brockton for 4 years, and like I personally never been to it. I thought it was a scary place I never wanted to go to. And I wanted to be able to go into a city I live right next to and be able to do what I could to help. And just try and see the city I live next to, and I never got a chance to actually go.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Today we're going off and we're delivering boxes to companies who said they would let us put donation boxes in their rec rooms so that they can, employees can come in and just donate what they need, what they are willing to give us, because we're doing a boot drive, clothes drive, really any type of drive, and so we're taking whatever they'll give us.
Yeah, mine reason is like very similar to that. Like you live next to a place for 4 years, and like I probably went to Brockton like 4 or 5 times. And not that like I went to Easton any more than that, but you get stuck in this little Stonehill bubble, and so just like getting out of your comfort zone, and I always wanted to do service too, so it was like kind of the best of both worlds that I got to do service in a place where I really know nothing about. I didn't really need to go across the country.
You know, for me, the values of like community living and simple living really stood out to me, just as a way to compel me to really be intentional about my life and to think about what I really needed, what I wanted out of my life. Like the year of service really forces you to think in those ways.
So I'm a youth advocate with family-based services at the YMCA. I work at an after-school program called the Sparks program that works with DCF-involved teenagers. I provide crisis management, behavioral management, just general support for them, and a really fun and loving atmosphere. It really has been very fun overall. I'm learning a lot every day. It's really helped me a lot growing professionally and personally.
Similarly to Sean, I think this was the year I kind of planned on figuring it all out, and I knew that living in community and living simply and like giving to other people were things that I really valued, and I didn't know what direction I wanted to take it in next. So I think this has been a really good opportunity. I know Stonehill's provided a lot of clarity for me with a lot of things I want to do with my future, and so it's just kind of exciting.
And off of that, I knew that I wanted to be with a program that I could trust and that I knew. And I really loved every second of my Stonehill education and was always blown away by the amount of support everywhere you turned in every aspect of Stonehill living. So I knew that Stonehill as a postgraduate service program would be spectacular and have tons of support. And I've definitely seen that in the almost 3 months that we've been here. There's been undying love coming from Stonehill College to us, like way more than I think we deserve. Way more. So I love every second of it. It's gone so well so far. So.
I think for myself, on one hand, I wanted to really do a year of service to be able to give back to the Brockton community, as Annie was talking about, of living so close. But I think as well, specifically, I really wanted to work with Vic. When I had applied, and I think we talked about this in the interview, of my only choice for placement was Vic. I knew the work that they were doing, that they were going to be doing, was great work, and I really wanted to be a part of that.
We've rarely had such demanding applicants.
Because I was fairly good friends with Jess Mardo, who worked at FIG last year in the program, and so having talked to her about it and having knowing the work that FIG was doing, especially with earned sick time and the minimum wage raise, that was something I really wanted to be a part of, and so that's what really drew me into the program.
Yeah, and then for me, I think after I graduated, I somewhat panicked, and I thought originally I wanted to get a job and everything, and then I really thought about Stonehill's mission statement, and part of it was developing a more just and compassionate world. And for me, I feel like while I was at Stonehill, I fulfilled other parts of the mission statement and helped build relationships with people there. But in terms of the world and thinking about Stonehill on a larger scale, I don't feel like I fulfilled that part. So that part really stuck out for me in my application. I wrote a lot about that, how I wanted to fulfill that mission statement, and I felt like this was a good way to be a part of that and continue what Stonehill was trying to educate the students about.
Yeah, Stonehill, from an outsider's perspective, if you're not interested and passionate about service, they're not going to take you. So I'm just making a leap and thinking that all of you, service is important to all of you. Yeah, you've been wonderful. It's been great coordinating with you, and Lindsay and Jane have been awesome with Trinity. So yeah, it's really nice. I'm glad we went to the washout. I'm really it was really impressive the amount of people that you have here, and that says a lot about Stonehill. It says a lot about Trinity Catholic Academy. I think the support that you have. I mean, it sounds you're mature beyond your years. This comes from somebody that's twice your age. You have it together. Even if some days you don't think you probably did. You're on the right track. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, like I said, we'll work on you with that. But
Get serious.
We're getting serious right now. Ooh, the possibilities. So, Brockton is a wonderful place in Easton and Stonehill community. I know people are aware that you're here, and people are aware of what you're doing. Just by the circles that we keep and the events that we cover, there's been talk. I bring up that we're doing something with you folks, and oh yeah, I was at that event, or oh, I've heard about them, and so the words travel that you're doing some great work. So you should feel good about that.
Stonehill Service Corps.
Well, there you have it, Brockton. Another One North Main in the books. Thanks for watching. This was a great episode. We were able to learn more about the Stonehill Service Corps. And in the spring of 2015, we will do a follow-up. So stay tuned for that. To learn more about Brockton Community Access, please visit our website at bcatv.org. You can also check out our YouTube page, youtube.com/the Brockton Channels, all one word. For everyone in One North Main, I'm Jay Miller. We'll see you around town. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to pause. The 4 is going to be silent, and then you go.
Okay.
So we're all right. So, all right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.